afternoon, Ray. Good afternoon. Good evening, fellow viewers from Amba. Good evening to those in Europe. Good evening to those in Asia. And good morning to those in America.
Yeah, welcome to Amba Perspective. It seems like a long time, you know. It's like we've not been here for a very, very long time, and it's becoming, it's like a new day today. We want to welcome everybody who is watching right now. Those who are in Amba, in Europe, Asia, and in America. And those of you who are watching on Facebook and on social media, we're calling on you to share and invite your friends so they can come and listen, because today we have a very special show. And yeah, Mr. Derrick.
Hey Ray.
How's your week been?
It's been a hectic day today. So, but I'm happy I'm here today, and it's been like holiday. We haven't had Amba Perspective in, I don't know, 4 weeks.
I mean, if the chairman is in town, what do you expect?
It feels like we haven't had Amba Perspective the last month or so. So I'm really excited to be in studio. I think there's a lot of exciting things to talk about, a lot of reassuring things to talk about, actually, Ray.
Yeah, and as we talk, this week don't be a very hectic week for we chairman be there in South Africa, and we play a very important role when he there. So it will be very difficult for we to even be part of Amba Perspective during the week. So today we will try to break down a visit to South Africa, and we will culminate to the very great speech we began, and we'll try to look at the speech, pick out some very important things that we talk for the speech, try to explain them a little bit more, so that the people will not be listening, or they will listen or understand. We will try for, in our own way, break them down so they understand them very well, and probably we'll also get to the blueprints where our SG presented yesterday, so that we paint that picture as well for the city and the country where SG paint them for our minds. Yesterday, as I watched that program, I started seeing myself in a plane where the right time they say Amba Air. You know, it feels so good.
Yeah. Really, it's a good feeling, Ray. Anyway, it's just one episode of Amba Perspective that we missed, the Saturday one.
Yeah, but it seems like forever.
It feels like, and really it's because we missed the viewers and our time. You know, the two days we spend a week on Amba Perspective is really special to us. And when we miss one, it feels like a month.
Yeah.
And like Ray has already said, it's all about the chairman's visit to South Africa and the blueprint that the SG presented, and also the message that the vice chairman, His Excellency Mr. Tassam Wilfred, sent out to the
That's
clergy.
important.
Yeah, so those are the three key messages that have gone out this week. And I think that every Ambazonian should be able to take some time, analyze, take some time and take it in, because I think, like, for instance, the chairman's speech was just out of this world, and a lot of talking about it. I'll do my best to analyze, and also the blueprint was fantastic.
Yeah, like I forgot to mention our vice president. We actually address the clergy yesterday, but most importantly, wait till we pick them out from your address na 40 days of fasting. Derrick,
Yes.
don't start your own.
Well, I haven't, and I'll tell you why, Ray. Like the past 4 days,
you don't fast. You don't say we'll go pray for the matter.
No, but it's. I think if you look at our struggle, if you analyze our struggle, Ray, you really see that that it's God, the hand of God. There's a hand of God everywhere in the way things are happening. You know, I couldn't believe it, Ray. Like from Friday morning when we picked up the chairman till yesterday afternoon that we dropped him off, he never got to sleep for more than 3 hours.
Yeah.
In each of the 24 hours a day. And I'm looking at him and I'm saying, is he on steroids? what's going on? Like the energy, the kind of energy.
And the two of us could not even go through. I mean, he beat us to the task.
Yeah. So it can only be God, Ray.
No, you're right.
God, yeah. So if you're watching us from Facebook, we would implore you to share and invite friends, and so that you can come and make comments, ask questions. We will do our best to answer to the best of our knowledge. And also we will we just want a lot of people to be able to get the message all at once, so that when we go, it's now easy to share the information when many people get the message at once. And also, if you're watching at home, very soon towards the end of the show, we will open our lines, and we always like those calls coming from home and telling us how things are happening at home. So you watching at home. So Ray, the very first thing, the chairman's speech.
Yeah, Derrick, before we go for that chairman's speech, I would like to address some issues, so that when our viewers they watch, may they begin to, take them in and try for understand. Say, we don't get a lot of calls and comments lately. Say ACBC, the broadcast some information that people like to see them. Okay, and most especially, people don't say ACBC, the broadcast some of the leaders in the struggle, and it really be very, very disheartening for we. Most of you who do for ACBC here, they try for run the TV channel, because we don't call on every Southern Cameroonian to come on board and be part of this great initiative. We don't send out letters to most of the leaders for the send me videos of their speeches, or maybe they can make a statement during our launching. And we don't find videos on YouTube of some of our leaders, and we don't play them on ACBC. But over the past week, people don't come up, tell we say ACBC, they play enough, they even play at all the other leaders. They only play the leaders of governing council for ACBC. It breaks our hearts, because we try our possible best to get content for this television we'll get, and so we don't beg for screen, we don't actually literally beg make people they send me content. We don't ask leaders to come here, can talk to the people, and yet they never come on they never send us the video, they never come, they don't even contact we. But then we don't still go on YouTube, we take the one day we will see them and we air them. So one day people don't send them to us and we don't air them. But it be very bad, say some people they need to watch the channel, but they be the first people that will come out criticize, say we need to play videos of our other leaders. The reason why I talk to them to watch the channel is because we don't play them. I don't want to begin call the names of the leaders who we contact them, and the one the way they accuse us, with their followers don't accuse we of not playing their videos. But I want to still sit here right now and reiterate, say the SABC na a channel for the peoples of Southern Cameroon, and the voice of Ambazonia. If you see yourself like a Southern Cameroonian, like an Ambazonian, yes, you're supposed to come and approach us, say you get this program, you get this show where you like, make it pass on ACBC. ACBC don't get an editorial board. We will take that program and send them through to the editorial board. They will look at the program, and even a program where you find, say, they will put it on TV, it will go through. If a leader feels, say, he get a message, I believe, say, one of our leader, Akwanga, Dr. Akwanga, don't approach me at times where he get a message to pass through, and we will gladly air his speech, and we don't appeal to other people to also do the same. And if they don't come forth, we for ACBC will not fit the work up, force people to come do program with the send appeal. Those people with social media will not approach all those social media activists the way, a lot of them, not all though, And also we don't talk to some of them. We don't also call names of people who approach them on social media who can present their programs on SABC. But unfortunately, they don't get the interest to come on board. So yes, I don't know, maybe there we go, because we try, and probably there we go shed more light so that maybe people understand, say, this channel, no be we, no be me, no be Derrick, no be the technical guys, no be we get them.
Ray, it hurts my heart, you know. I do my best to really just turn a blind eye to the comments that I see, the negative comments that I see regarding the running of the channel, and it hurts so, Ray, because of the efforts that the team has been putting in to ensure that this channel remains a Southern Cameroon's channel, to promote our struggle. It hurts so because I understand the people that are involved in running this channel. I understand. I kind of, you know, when I look at the team, I can say I know each and everyone's heart, and each member of the team wants nothing but the liberation of Southern Cameroon. And the efforts that the team members put in, it's outstanding. The kind of work that you guys do for free. I don't know where you guys find the time. And when people start sending out negative messages like that, it really hurts. It hurts badly. And I hope that today, when we clear the air around that, it's really going to get those people who are frustrated to understand. When they were launching this channel in May, I personally sent out a message to every leader that I know of in the struggle, and I mean the various movements that are part of SCACUF, because the TV is a SCACUF initiative. I personally sent out messages and I followed up with every leader that is a member of SCACUF. None of them was excluded. In fact, the only movement that I didn't send an invite to was to send a message to play was Singa, Southern Cameroonians in Nigeria. I just remembered now, while I'm thinking about it, that I'd never sent one to Singa. And at the time, His Excellency Ayok Tabe was the spokesman of Singa. But I can remember that very first week, we played a lot of the videos that Singa has on YouTube. Because why would we have a Southern Cameroon channel and not play content that supports the Southern Cameroon struggle? Why would we run a Southern Cameroon's channel and not play content of a particular leader? And you see, there was also another one contrasting, another contrast, and someone wrote to me an email and an SMS and a WhatsApp message and said, look at how beautiful the studio was for His Excellency's speech, and then the next day you guys never did the same for the vice chairman's speech. And Ray, I've never felt so bad in my life. I've never felt so bad in my life, because I'm asking myself, do I hate some leaders and like some leaders? Do we hate some leaders and like some leaders?
If we didn't want them, we would not even put them on screen.
You know, I mean, when so things like that really hurt. But I would like to tell fellow Southern Cameroonians and fellow viewers and followers of leaders that for us to be able to play content of any movement, of any leader, whatever that content is, once it's approved by the editorial board, it's really not up to us. We have to play that content.
Yeah.
But then there has to be a reciprocation in the process. When we come out and we say, please send us content to play, you have to send that content. We cannot come to you and make that content to come and play. That is the first thing that we must be mindful of. We cannot come to you. And when you want to make content, if you ask for tips on how to make content, we will tell you how to make content.
Yeah.
When the vice chairman's speech, when he was coming up for his talk on Monday, the technician told him that the quality of the network was not good at the time. So he would prefer a recorded version of that talk so that it can be played later. The vice chairman, I think inspired by the chairman's speech, wanted to talk at the time. And that's to show how much we don't have control over what leaders decide. The vice chairman insisted, and it was played out. It wasn't good quality. And after that session, he now recorded and then sent a video of the message that he wanted to pass. And I believe between yesterday that the team got the message, and now the message has already been replayed 3 times. And then going back to other leaders, you see, because we are using the TV to promote the struggle, they need to also be relevant in messages according to what is happening at the time. When we started off, it was really lacking. We were really lacking in content that we just went on YouTube, and every video that was a Southern Cameroonian video, we played. Like every video that we laid our hands on, whether it's a leader talking, whether it's taken on a phone, whether it's portrait or landscape, whatever video that we had at the time, we played. But right now that we have a lot of producers producing content, we are now using specifications because we want the quality of the TV to be better. But it's the place of leaders, of movements, of activists, every Southern Cameroonian who has a right to use this platform as we do to reach out to us, find out what they can do. I remember how Ebenezer Akwanga would reach out, and he will ask me, so what do you need for us to be able to get a good play out video from your side? And I'll tell him, so you have to put your phone landscape instead of portrait, as you always do your Facebook videos, for us to have a full screen. I'll give him all the specifications, and he'll do it. And I would remember 1 hour before he goes live, he would call. I would remember 30 minutes before he goes live, he would call. Even when he's going live, he will send an SMS that I'm going live. Please, guys, don't forget. And so it really doesn't matter the difference in ideology.
Yeah.
If a Southern Cameroonian leader who is part of SCACUF, because this TV is a SCACUF initiative to support the Southern Cameroon struggle, reaches out to the team running the channel, we are obliged. We are obliged to play their messages. Yeah. We are obliged to have their messages aired.
Yeah, that's it, Derrick. If you're a follower of any of the movements, go ask your leader why. If you never appear for the TV, ask you why. Because you don't get an invite. And if you know they appear for the TV, not be our fault. We not go force any person. We don't play quite a number of leaders. They will not be the ask we for play, and we go on YouTube, we go see, and they will play them. But unfortunately, their followers accuse we say they never ever see them on TV. And the funny partner say the reason why they never see them on TV now because they need to watch SABC. How you not go to watch SABC and yet you know see a leader they appear for SABC? You know, it'd be very, very funny. So buy a decoder or you download the app, watch SABC. If you don't see a leader, go ask you why you need to appear for that TV. Please.
And Ray, just while we are on that, let me tell you where the frustration really is for me, Ray. After our leader's message, after the speech that His Excellency Sukwayo Yoktabe delivered, I believe that every genuine Southern Cameroonian, the whole of this week, should be analyzing that speech, taking it in, the speech that the vice chairman delivered, the blueprint that the SG delivered. These are beautiful. For me, these 3 talks, they captured everything that is our struggle and what every Southern Cameroonian should get involved in. And to think of 24 hours after those messages come out, instead of us to spend time promoting those messages, instead of us to spend time analyzing those messages, such negative comments to somebody even one of the comments that they sent to me, somebody said SABC is Milan's channel. And Ray, I've never been so disgusted in my life.
And funny
I've never been so disgusted in my life. If they know the fights that the team gets with the SG every now and then, I mean, the chairman would testify to one of the moments that the team was tussling with the SG on the things that the SG is imposing.
Yeah.
We are individuals We are independent in our thinking. And we are doing this because we love our country. We are doing this because we believe in our country. We believe that we can realize this project. And that is why I would leave work after not being to work for Friday and Monday. I would leave work this tired and I would drive straight into the studio to do this talk because I believe in Southern Cameroon. I believe that I want to go home and work for home.
Yeah, that's it. I sure say Oma don't get the story.
Anyway, let's leave the bad news.
When I call on a leader, they want them say we don't see them on TV.
Let's leave the bad news. Let's leave the bad news
because
and get on to
this
good
TV
news.
now one of the Chairman Terry says that one of the best arms of the struggle is.
You know.
So if any leader really use them to fight, no use them to fight each other. Use them to fight
the struggle.
The common enemy for La Republique.
And Ray, I can bet you I'll be the first person to switch a message off if any leader comes onto this platform to fight another leader. If you come onto this platform and you are not promoting, I'm not asking whether it's the chairman, whether it's the SG, the vice SG, whoever comes to this platform to fight another leader, we are going to pull off that message.
Yeah.
And I don't care what the editorial team says. I don't care who says. In fact, we should be dismissed if that happens, because we would take off the message. We are not going to let people come and fight here. This TV is to use and promote the struggle, enable information to reach our people.
Do you want to be Facebook?
Inspire our people to join the struggle, to be committed to the struggle. So as a team running this project, we understand that it's the people's project. But the only thing that we are going to keep on this platform is integrity, the integrity of the Southern Cameroonian. And if you come to this platform, you have to respect the work that this team has done up till this day, because it sacrifices all around. I don't know of any one person in this team who has not used their personal finances to ensure that this station is up. I mean, over and over and over, transport to studio, transport of equipment, even the equipment that we are using, it's a fellow comrade that is borrowing us the equipment. Almost everything that you see, the website has been done for free, the app has been done for free. We sourced those people that developed those apps. We spend time developing, like putting the structure together and developing that thing. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of investment in intellectual capital. And we will defend those things. We will defend the hard work. We will defend the hard work and ensure that everybody using this platform would use the platform only to promote the Southern Cameroon struggle. That is something that as a team we are going to hold ourselves accountable for.
All right, Master Derrick.
Yes.
We don't talk that one correct. So now, people when they get Android phones, they don't enjoy the app, they enjoy them. Then the people when they get Apple, they don't ask me say how we do app for Android, we don't do their own. But the good news that say all of those people that they use Apple products, your app they come up very, very soon. More time I'll go on an app, now the watch I'm gonna fit they transfer on a screen set for house. They call that connectivity.
Yeah, the Apple TV.
Yeah, the Apple TV.
The Apple TV device. So that's some good news. That's the beginning of good news. The team, we have been working tirelessly to deliver on an iOS
app. Yeah.
So we are doing the testing now. We are super excited that very soon on your Apple devices, you will also be able to access the SCBC TV app. So we are really excited about that one. And that said, Ray, I think we have cleared the air.
Yeah.
And if somebody has an issue with the way the station is run, please reach out to the team. I think social media is not the place.
Yeah.
We have a lot of contact numbers through which you can reach out to the team. I mean, the
Ambazonia voice, we go talk all that nonsense.
The feedback. The feedback
that Ambazonia voice, not the Ambazonia voice.
You see, Ray, the feedback that we get.
Mr. Derrick.
No, Ray, I don't really care about.
They're the ones who are propagating all the information about SABC.
Yes, but I'm saying if you think that how we are running the station is not proper, give us feedback. And I want to thank the viewers that send us feedback.
Yeah.
You have made us improve.
Constructive criticism.
You have made us improve on how we present this show. You have made our programming for the entire channel improve. It's because you send constructive feedback to the team. We respect that. we might not be experts, but the dedication that we have and we believe in our country, we are going to learn so hard that in the next few months, you will not believe that this channel is run by people who are not experts.
You know, we enjoy chairman is studio.
Now that was, you know, how we pulled that off, how we pulled that one off. I don't, you know, like people don't understand. People might not understand how many people we had to get involved.
You just see chairman standing the talk.
Yeah.
With the whole crew.
Yeah.
He did the run up and down.
For once in the studio, we needed all hands on deck, and we needed over 8 people to pull that off. And Ray, the feedback we are getting is wonderful. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
And we thank you guys we thank everybody for sending us the good messages. It doesn't get into our head. We are only going to get better. So you're not gonna say that was good and then we reduce the quality. We are going to ensure that we keep getting better, especially when we see leaders like His Excellency putting in the work, putting in the kind of work that he is putting in. It's just amazing how much work he's putting in.
Maybe we'll talk about him first before we even try to talk about his speech.
Yeah.
You know, like you said from the beginning, that God get this struggle. If you don't spend time with His Excellency Siseku Ayuk Tabe, then you know, say you don't spend time with a leader of note. Any person with this struggle, where they doubt this struggle right now, I want to tell when I say when I get a great leader, we get a great leader where God don't give we to take this struggle to another level. I need to talk now because as I say, I talk now because I don't experience it for the past 4 days. In fact, tell me one can hear the South African leadership we make Derrick the personal assistant and the security, and then I'll be head of security and driver. I mean, that one are privileged positions. Yeah, it'll be any person will be chairman, the private security and driver and PA at the same time. You know, I remember when they give me radios, two-way radio. Yeah, they say me I'll be Eagle One. Now only for TV, I see that kind of movie.
Yeah,
we have the Eagle One.
It was.
Then at the end, Olama will say when Eagle One leave, he say Eagle One on the move over. When I talk at one time, I don't know say I don't think about presidential. No, it was quite interesting because everything will be happen from the time we pick up the chairman until when he traveled back. It was out of this world. It just they're like goodie. I mean, we were just with our president, with our leader. But God don't give you to take this struggle to another level. I mean, all that thing they don't see have a movie.
You know, Ray.
Yeah.
I really don't care now who calls His Excellency. To me, he's my president.
He's the president.
And you know, spending Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, never been 50 meters away from from him. I know that I have a president, and I really don't care who calls him what.
Yeah.
For me, he is my president.
Man, that's...
He deserves every single praise. The quality of leadership that he possesses as a person. I mean, to each and every individual. You know, when we got to Pretoria, even in Johannesburg, when we were doing the Meet the People,
yes,
how he loved getting out of the car just to greet people, going into the saloons and all those things. And the time he spends listening to them, asking them what are the challenges they are facing, and reassuring them that he's going to stop at nothing but getting them a country. They were priceless moments. And for the first time, Ray, I felt like I belong to a country,
I'm telling you,
which has a leader, and a leader that cares for the people.
Yeah. Man, if you spend one second with His Excellency, I mean, we need just talking out of our head. We talk out of experience. He's a great guy. Not just beg when I use that word, guy. When you use that word, guy, me say it don't blow you out of imagination. I mean, you don't just think any other name for Gigi. You don't know. You just call it this guy worry. And I tell you, he's great. And I want to beg every person way they out the way, you know, say if he support this struggle and the leader or get behind him because he know what to really do. in no side one take we and it don't be bent or put down a life with this struggle.
Okay, Ray, because we want to talk about, I want to talk about my president, and I know that there's a lot of exciting things that happened over the weekend that I just want to share. I cannot stop. Like, it can get emotional easily.
Yeah.
I want to beg the 120 people watching on Facebook to just go ahead and share. Just share the video one more time on your walls. Let us build an audience and have a great conversation. I really believe that our people need to know some of those things that our leader accomplished while he was here in South Africa.
Yeah.
And the hope that he restored in our people while here in South Africa. We just need to share that with our people so that people should really, really go past hope and start having faith in our country, in the restoration of our country.
Yes, no, you're right.
Yeah. One of the first things that that he said the morning when he got to South Africa, when we were having a conversation in one of our leaders' place, when we went for breakfast, for tea, he said, the only thing that I'm afraid of right now is that I fail my people. That is the only fear that he has. And Ray, that took me. Like, it was his first hour when he landed and when he made that statement. Throughout the 4 days that I spent with him, I was going around and analyzing if he really means what he said, that he would be scared. The only thing he's scared of is that he fails people. So he fails his people. And the truth is, Ray, from every indication, he meant every word. He meant every word that he said. I believe it so bad.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, to me, you can call him chairman officially. For me, he is my president. He is my president. I deserve to call it. He deserves, to be called my president. He is my president, Ray.
Yeah, and one thing I like about him, I say, listen. If you talk for 1 hour, I go, she don't listen before you respond, and that's one quality of a leader. A lot of leaders don't get them, and yes, I really like that about him. And when you give a response, you don't even get second question for asking because he don't listen to you very well, and he articulate the response for you don't even get for asking the second question because he don't answer everything we ask him. Everywhere we go with his speech, the change, and his speech, the change, and it give you hope. A lot of things in your head. I don't even know how they come up with them because he need to prepare any speech. Anywhere you go, depending on who you meet, he know what to tell you. And the best part about it is they give you thing where he knows if he deliver them.
Yeah.
He tell you exactly how he envisage our struggle and how we fight to get to where we want to be.
Yeah, our leader knows. He said to him, he has already gone to Boya and back, and he knows exactly how he will get there. And I want to implore every Southern Cameroonian to get behind Your Excellency Ayok Tabe and do what is required of your part. If it's for you to contribute your citizenship levy, if it's for you to donate, just support our leader to get us to Boya. I think, Ray, in broad strokes, what I want to say is that I want to connect the state of the struggle address to the blueprint. The state of the struggle for me, Ray, it was a big promise. It was a big dream. He said, we are going to have a great country. Yes. And being a motivational speaker myself, I know that those things, every now and then somebody would come out and talk big and talk large. But Ray, when you looked at the blueprint, you realize that speech was His Excellency's speech wasn't just talking.
Yeah.
You see that was talking backed with a plan. And I know when the SG was delivering the blueprint and I was watching the comments, some people were worried that they were not talking about ground action.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what part of ground action is defined, does talking find itself in. I don't know what part of that. When the Yomojok people sent out administrators in their area, that was ground action. Did they wake up and go to Facebook and post that they were going to send to take out the administrators from the area? when the Liberian people said they were not going to install another colonial Joe, up till now, the Joe is staying in Chang and administering from there. That is ground action. That is us taking back our land, and it's us who are going to take back our land. And we are supposed to take back our land because we believe in the cause. We are fighting a just cause. It's something that belongs to us, and we have to take that responsibility to take it back, like the people of Eyomojok, like the people of Lebialem, like the people of Batibo during 20th May. All those things that La Republique is doing in our land now, it's because our people let them do it.
Yeah.
And our people need to realize that it's them, it's communities that need to stop all those things from happening. And some people would say people would get arrested. I would say people get arrested anyway. Yeah. The people that were arrested, the 500 young people that were arrested in Yaoundé, and I'm going to talk to that because we've got some intelligence on that.
Yeah.
The 500 people that were arrested in Yaoundé, what did they do? They were sleeping in their houses and they were arrested. What did they do? They didn't do anything. They were arrested for the mere fact that they are Southern Cameroonians. You will be arrested. You will be shot.
Whether I like it or not.
You will be raped. These things, this is how the colonial regime operates.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter what we do. They are going to arrest us. They are going to rape us. They are going to kill us. They're going to imprison us. Those are the things that they do. Those are their actions that we already know. So as Southern Cameroonians, we really need to put aside fear and start doing the things that we can do to prevent them, like the people of Libialem saying that they are not going to install that Jew in our place. And they didn't. You know, you think, Ray, like some people would say, you know, that the schools are burned down because people sit abroad and then plan to go and burn schools. I mean, does it need a plan to burn a school? Does it need a plan to burn down the building? No. Those are young people who are frustrated, probably university graduates who are bike riders, and they are frustrated about the system, and they say they are not going to let their junior brothers and sisters to go through the same system, and they go out there and they do that, and you say people sit abroad and send them? You think if you go and graduate in university and your father, they have sold your land for school fees and all that, and you come out and the system is not supporting you, you think you will be happy? You think you'll be happy of the status quo? That an opportunity like this would present itself and then somebody is trying to sabotage it? You think you will not do whatever it takes?
Yeah. You see, when we want to try to look at the chairman's speech, a lot of things the way talk and the way we'll try for bring her out, talk about them, explain them to people, and the one where they wait for we will come to na the 1st of September. That one na day we give us time our authority for our territory. But tell La Republique say never again if you ever take we like slaves for our own land. And you don't reach to that level we fear no give to be part of our portion. Yes. We as Southern Cameroonians get the right to take back our land. I did talk with a fellow Southern Cameroonian the other day. He talk say so anger they call it say holy anger. I ask him say it be holy anger. He say Bible talk say the earth suffered violence and we take it by force. I don't quote I'm correct, but that's that way tell me. He said the earth suffered violence and the people of God, I don't quote that scripture well, but what it means that say the Bible talks say the earth suffered violence and we take it by force. Say that land don't suffer violence, and so we must take that land by force. Now why he talks say the equal that one say holy anger.
Yeah. So Ray, our people back at home need to be getting together in communities. If you are calling and you are saying you stay in my 4, start telling us that in my 4 there is 17, there is 20 young people, there's 30 old people. You need to start gathering intel. We don't have an army. We don't. Let nobody fool you. We don't have an army. But like the people of Lebialem, we can send out each and every colonial administrator in our town. Why? What His Excellency says, he says, no government can govern people who don't want to be governed by that government.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what we, over the period of 7 months, has demonstrated through civil disobedience to the Biya regime.
Yeah.
That he is not a leader over us. He's not a leader over us anymore. And that's what we have demonstrated to him. And they have struggled. Yaoundé is in chaos.
They're running helter-skelter.
Yaoundé is in chaos, Ray, because the people of southern Cameroon have woken up. It might be concerns that the lawyers and the teachers raised, but right now it is a southern Cameroonian concern. And right now we have decided that the only place where we are going to end this is that we are going to restore our homeland. And talking about that, we also get intelligence from La République, La République quarters, about the 500 people that were arrested in Yaoundé, and also the scores of people that were arrested in Boya and Limbe. A source from their security side, which is our people. One of the things that our people do in their security is that they send us information. They told us that it's nothing about wanting to arrest those people. It's profiling. They arrest them. When you bring your ID card, they take all those ID cards and they register them to claim that is Anglophones registering to vote in the upcoming 2018 elections. So, Southern Cameroonians, you should know those things. It's not about you carrying your ID or not. To identify if you're a Cameroonian or not, it's not even the problem of an ID. So the reason they are arresting, and they will arrest a lot more people in the coming days, and they will arrest only our people, is because they want to register them into that fake Elecam registrar. So that in 2018, you will not even know that you are registered in the system, but your vote will be counted. That is the reason why they are doing that. So every Southern Cameroonian sitting on the fence, every Southern Cameroonian not supporting the struggle, don't be surprised
that you will vote.
That come 2018, all of us, me sitting here, would vote without knowing where I voted.
You should have asked, and then they took it over for Yaoundé.
So the 500 people that were arrested, they will be released, and a lot more 500 people, 20, 30 people will be arrested. But it's for the purpose of registration. And we want to tell the people at the police school in Motengene that are watching this thing now, to the English ones amongst you, to the Anglophones amongst you, the Southern Cameroonians amongst you, I'm ashamed that you go and sit down to watch and analyze this so that you go and report to your master. It's really a disgrace, don't you think? You watch this channel 24/7 and you profile people. You think we really care? We really don't care anymore. We really don't care anymore. We have suffered to the best of my knowledge enough suffering to be dead. So killing us, it's just an assisting. You're just assisting somebody. The suffering that Southern Cameroonians have gone through in the hands of this La République people,
you know it's Derrick.
It's as good as killing them.
You know it really surprised me, say, at this time of the struggle, we get Southern Cameroonians on the other side of the Mongo, where they still think, say, that their daily breads be more important. We don't talk about teachers where they need to go to school, they need to pay them. We don't talk about lawyers where they need to go court, they need to make money. What more of those other people on the other side of the Mongo, when Anglophones or Southern Cameroonians, where they decide to continue for daily, especially those parliamentarians and all whatnot. And the thing I want to make, and we'll talk about this today. If you be Southern Cameroonian on the other side of the Mongo, where you know say you want to support this struggle, especially the teachers and those students where they live on the other side of the Mongo, all the one they don't run from Southern Cameroon, run go La République, say they want to go attend school. They don't go feel say because one semi school don't go on for our side of the country, they don't go to the other side. We watch, we know all of night. When we get our independence, like Chairman they talk, say if, he say when. He make that statement very clear here every single day. So when we get our independence, all we know that they leave Southern Cameroon, go attend school for La République with the mark 111. We go see on Akamaka enter school for this site. We want to tell the teachers, look, because it don't make no sense. Say me, you make your brothers and sisters on the other side, they need to go to school. We don't decide say we want to get a civil disobedience. We not decide say we want to go school on the only reason why we get GCE board now because say why we decide to go on protest on this side of the Mongo on for southern Cameroons. Now only when Anglophone and southern Cameroonians on the other side of the Mongo they will decide to go on a protest. At the time that we government be stand up and they be listen and they offer and we get our GCE board. And that why are they still talk now say if we know decide to follow this struggle all we southern Cameroonians wholeheartedly. Even those who are on the other side of the Mongo for the Republic, we not decide, we not give us that think now. We not give us that think now whether we are sending our picking to school or not, because it don't make no sense. Say we realize say those black legs, I'll call them black or whatever. When they for this time, they cannot picking them exhortant to the Republic. For what reason? Now we are picking them another go school because we are getting money. We are few. We get money. We now send our picking for the Republic. The one on the Republic, if we don't decide to not go school as well, when I decide to stay for house, the teacher the black side stop. When I don't go school, all the English school the black side, all these Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian school for the Republic, when I close to my doors, then I see when I say this stupid Paul, what they call an Abia on a what do they call it? What's that name again?
Ray, yeah? Ray, you know, like what you're saying. What people fail to understand is that 10 years down the line, history will be remembered. Right now, in the Android generation, everything is recorded. And in 2025, when a Southern Cameroonian is brandishing an advanced level certificate that they acquired in the year 2017.
War betide you.
No, not even war betide you. How would you feel when the people who were in an advanced level class in 2017 never wrote?
They never
wrote the GCE because yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Ray. They never wrote the GCE because they understood the importance of us taking back our land.
Yeah,
they understood that, and then they sat in defiance.
Yeah,
schemishly went to Yaoundé or to Douala, wherever.
But for some, I used to run B schools, but for some, increase their classrooms.
Yeah. You schemishly went there
so that students will go there,
and you think that you are smart. And like Your Excellency said, Ray, our country would give special consideration to students that were in examination classes in 2017.
Yeah.
And never took the GCE. They'll give them special consideration because these are our real heroes. They'll give them, these are the people, these are the first people that would step up, that would be right up there. Like in South Africa where we are right now, the ANC literally rewards those who fought for the struggle, part of the struggle.
Yes.
And in our system, why will it be different?
Of course.
Why will it be different?
The
people who fought will be rewarded, and those students who stay out of school, they fought. They fought, and they have no certificates to show for.
No.
You see, the guy in Ghana who is running the first African country that makes its own cars. One of his interviews that I listened to, he says it's a product of the reformed Ghanaian educational system, and that to reform that educational system, Ghanaians had to sit home for 2 years. And so the guy was proudly saying it's a product of that reformed system. And what the educational board has promised, the New Southern Cameroon Educational Board has promised, is that we are going to our educational system to meet the times. It is 2017. Every now and then you change your dresses. Every now and then you change your car. Every now and then you paint your house. From 1961 till this day, has the educational system. After the GCE board, because there was a bit of reformation there. So for over 30 years, we have been learning the same thing. But we all know that the challenges are different.
Yeah.
We all know that the challenges are different. Like right now, a friend of mine in the US was saying, Derrick, do you realize that right now 5 years is the same as 20 years back in the day? The same things that happen within 5 years today are things that used to happen within a 20 years period. Things that happen within a year are the same as things that happened within 5 years back in the early ages. So with that said, do we need to reform our educational system? Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's imperative.
That is why people go to school and graduate and they're useless. They don't fit in. What would they do? Because the world is so advanced that even to be a security guard now, you need to have studied to be a security guard.
To
keep a place safe. It's not about language.
Only grammar. You don't hear university they speak grammar.
It's not about language.
They will talk grammar very interested. They work for some big office, but not no day.
Ray, when somebody is preparing to send their child to Yaoundé to go to school because they are scared that schools are not going to resume in September.
School not resume.
Ray, let me finish the point. Those who are bonding their children to send to Yaoundé,
not they are scared.
Those who are sending their children, I want to ask you, when you did not send your children to school this year, it was because of the injustice, the bad faith that the La Republic
bad educational system
has shown. It was because you understood and you stood up for the teachers who said this educational system is crap.
And it's still crap.
What has changed?
Nothing. That's what the president said.
But worst of all, something has changed, as in the president's speech. They have raped.
Have named them.
They have raped children. They have killed children.
They don't arrest leaders.
They have arrested leaders. They have arrested students, and they are locked up in Yaoundé.
Nobody has been held accountable.
And do you think that your child, because he was not Julius Akumu, was shot in Commercial Avenue?
Yeah.
Do you think that your child is better? That somebody would pay the ultimate price, and you are sitting there comfortably because you have the money.
When I send the people of La Republic
to send to, it's okay.
When I send them,
it's okay.
You see, Derrick.
In fact, when we go to our country, they should also move to La Republic.
No, we don't take citizenship for them now. We don't give them access to come back. We don't take visa come back. The other day, Milan Atam, the Secretary General, they give out the blueprint. At the people, they say you know go mention the war where they go bill will La Republic pay.
You know, Ray, in countries like Canada, the study programs are updated every semester based on what is happening in the job market, based on what is needed in the job market. And we have a system that has lasted over 30 years, and they teach the same crap, Sumanguru, Bartolome Dias. That's what they teach us for history.
You see, the thing is that we have to not cover this show over and over again. They don't get no intention for fix it anyway. From school to even to the working class, you will get a secretary in an office. You go do it for 40 years. You never go for one training. You want to enter for day. You use a typewriter. Computer come. They don't even say you go learn how to type. You go use computer. They go leave it for day because you get connection with director. You go stay for day. Then they go impress other person. You go do that computer work, and then you go show for day. Every day they do nothing. You see, the system be rotten from when you enter nursery school until you enter the workforce. If you even get lucky, you will get work. Until you can come out, people they retire, come back from retirement, back, and then they really give way for the young generation to take over. We have to stop this, and we will only stop and if we stand and we fight together. Maybe if you say you go export your people La Republic before you go make this thing better. The fact say when I should the thing say this struggle no go come to an end in favor of Southern Cameroons. You will live for a world where it be full of illusions. Because even a very learned doctor, a very learned doctor when person from La Republic this week writes a very heartfelt letter. I think call it later because inside that letter, well, I don't really have a French, but they translate of English. I don't know whether they same to you for French or but the one I read of English talk say he tell a fellow brothers and sisters say this Southern Cameroonians, they call it Anglophone when with the right appellation, but these Southern Cameroonians and these who they gradually form their own country. Inside that he tell you say these Southern Cameroonians don't get their own TV, they don't get their own passport, they don't get their own money, and they don't get their own government. If he call on all us La Republic sisters and brothers, they say if they should not quiet, not do anything, these Southern Cameroonians they will go. That's a belief where a person for La Republic get them. You know, she don't look at it, say these people don't leave, these people don't go. We don't leave La Republic. And then we, Southern Cameroonians, we should over here, we don't even believe in the struggle. We don't even think they don't leave. I mean, most of we, psychologically, we are out of La Republic. We are out. We just need to take our physical self out of that place. And we need every Southern Cameroonian on board. If a person in La Republic, she don't see this thing, see and say, we don't already go. Even though say it remain only small, we just remain a little small place we do, and then we don't go. You know,
Ray, what you are saying reminds me of the quote that His Excellency, my president, used to end his speech when he said, the quote from Mahatma Gandhi. He said, "First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win." And brothers and sisters,
and the last
if you are standing and looking at this thing from where I'm looking at, you would know for sure that we are going to win this thing.
Yes.
There is no two ways around it. We are going to win this
no
thing.
retreat, no surrender.
And you better choose the side where you are standing.
Yeah.
You better choose the side. And Ray, talking about His Excellency's speech, he talked about the various Southern Cameroonians.
Yeah.
You know, the ones that are in the working class, the ones that have themselves, and they know that they are
the unionists,
and they know that they are good people, and they want the status quo to remain the same.
Yeah, the unionists,
because they have salaries, they have good salaries.
Yeah.
They even take ghost salaries, they have double salaries,
yeah,
and all the bribes that they collect.
They are the ones they want things to remain the same.
Okay, and they want things to remain the same. He even said to those ones who are Southern Cameroonian, when we get to Boya, you are welcome.
When?
We are not going to fight you.
Not if.
So you don't even have to join us. The few that are dedicated, let us put our energies in fighting the enemy and get to Boya quickly and invite our greedy brothers and sisters.
Shame go do you.
Because it doesn't change them. It doesn't change. So long as you're Southern Cameroonian and you are in the workplace, you can testify. You can, in fact, you know, I'm very happy that La Republique did what they did, translating His Excellency's speech to French. You know, and to the boys sitting in Mutengene at the police school, watching us, you guys should translate this to French as well. And ask your president if he has seen how a president talks to his people.
Derrick,
if he has read and understood that speech,
Derrick,
and see how a president speaks to his people.
Inform our people, say, they translate that speech, they can go A2D.
They translated it at the presidency. One of the commissioners reached out.
That speech, I would tell you in a way our president deliver them. Now Saudi Cameroonian translate that speech for French. They go deliver them for A2D. So people don't read that speech.
Yes.
That's why they shake.
No, for me, Ray, I'm like, he should learn. He should learn.
He
should learn how
to learn
to their people. He should learn. He should learn and understand that people are governed because they chose their government. They are not governed because the government didn't choose the people. Without the government, the people are still the people.
Yeah. So when I know today, say when a president will give, in fact, some very important personalities call him immediately after that speech, tell you say they rate his speech together with the Obamas and the great guys who have given great speeches in the world, like the Martin Luther Kings and all whatnot.
And Ray,
and that was true.
And Ray, looking at the speech, looking at the delivery of the speech, Ray, I rated the same. I mean, in as much as I was in the studio at the time of delivery, I felt as I was watching it from TV, and it was a miracle.
Yeah,
it was a miracle, and the emotions that were running through my mind. The first time in my 30 years of being alive, Ray, I felt like a president addressed me. It's the same sentiments that Mark shared. It's the same sentiments that Akoso.
A lot of us.
It's the same sentiment that every young Southern Cameroonian shared. That for once a leader has addressed you with dignity, has addressed you as a person whom he is stepping up to lead, and he understands the burden that you are facing, and he wants you to walk with him.
And most especially in English.
And address you in English. And Peter Esoka doesn't have to Peter Isoka doesn't have to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Who's that guy who translates the speeches in Yaoundé? Is it Peter Isoka?
Peter Isoka now.
He doesn't have to wake up in the morning and babble and tell us lies.
And tell us nonsense.
And tell us sweet.
Watch out for the president's speech in Pidgin. It's coming up soon.
And yeah, the president's speech. Yes, we are going to translate the president's speech in Pidgin.
Yeah, so that now mommy they will hear them.
Mothers in the village should understand that their leader has spoken to them, and their leader knows the pain that they are going through, but their leader has a vision that will take all of us to a better country, a country that would take its place in Africa as a country that is developing, as a country that wants to be competing with other developing countries. And in the SG speech, he likened us to Dubai, Singapore, Hong Kong. All these countries are countries that have been ripped off by colonialists, and everything in terms of resources was taken off from them. And sheer mental will took those people to where they are today. And if you look at Singapore, you will know that Singapore is a first world country, and it's not because they have any resources. When the British left Singapore, it was one of the countries that they cleaned out all the gold that used to exist in Singapore. But the Singaporeans in the 70s, they decided that we are going to build our country and compete with any other country in the world. And today Singapore does compete because Singaporeans, they came together, they went to school, they learned, and look at what Singapore is today. Yeah,
and Derrick, you know, it always find me thank all those Southern Cameroonians. They really be dedicated to this struggle. We also need to thank our parents, our sisters, and our brothers back at home for the sacrifice. Now, because of that sacrifice, they make a way La Republic don't send minister they abroad. When I know say La Republic don't send our own brothers them, when they go lie about our struggle, when they go tell you and say all that talk, we talk for others, and lie talk. But make them understand, say and we don't tell our part of the story. And when you talk true, don't be human beings, but when you talk true, some person look you say this person they talk true. And when you lie, they know so they lie. Even though Google and what they call that guy gave that man we go so. What's his name?
La Republic.
I don't forget the name.
They keep spending money they don't have.
They go talk lie. They keep talking no the blink. Like say they no go no see that lie, but they no see that lie.
They keep spending money they don't have. They take all those loans around the world and they send people on useless missions.
Yes, and today
remember Ray, and it's important that we tell our people this. Today the US the Senate there's going to be a hearing at the US Senate today regarding our case, and it's because of the lobbying work that the Foley Hawk law firm, that we hired as a firm.
Talking about that law firm, we need to really tell people what that law firm do.
We should spend some time on
that law firm. They do a lot of work.
So the Senate is having a hearing today. Amnesty International already made all those things, my brothers and sisters. They don't just happen. They happen because people who know people go in and push the right buttons. And all what La Republic has done over the years is go with their money and push those people not to talk about it. But it's over now. It's over. We are better than our parents used to be in the 60s. That's what His Excellency said. Because when we said Pafuancha betrayed us, Muna betrayed us, those people in the 60s, they were 30 years old, they were in their late 20s, they were in their early 30s, like we are today. But just we are better.
And they were not as educated.
Just we are better. We are well traveled, we are well educated.
Internet day.
there is
WhatsApp day.
There is the internet.
Facebook day.
You cannot fool us. You cannot fool us. After 55 years, I'm really sorry, Mr. Pobia. It's about time.
If our chairman goes to a meeting, we can call him there on WhatsApp and say, my friend, don't joke with our struggle. But if Muna and Foncha go to a meeting those days, nothing will happen. They didn't hear nothing, they talk. So the people talk anything when they come back, nothing. Because, you know, the truth I say, as we talk, Derrick, we get a lot of resources, both human and technological. But this time, we make our struggle be different from the other times the way it happened. So right now is the time.
We are going to separate from La Republic. They don't need to. La Republic doesn't have to do anything. They don't need to like it. They don't need to want it. But the chairman said it's two things. The relationship when we separate from La Republic. We will either be like Canada and the US, very good neighbors doing business together, or would be like Pakistan and India.
You talk and say. La Republic, better live we go in peace. So that I will be a good neighbor. We could do business together. And I get visa free. Or we come up by force. We go be war like Trump and Bill for Mexico. Then we now they apply visa. Now go for the first embassy for US. Go apply visa before I come back. Can enter Southern Cameroons. Because we don't go tolerate any nonsense.
So, fellow Southern Cameroonians, and like our leader said in his speech, this revolution is driven by young people who are fed up of the system, who are fed up of being used as second-class citizens in the country of their birth. And we have decided, because international law is on our side, because everything that makes a people a country, we have decided that we are not going to take half anymore. And it doesn't matter what La Republique does. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of time. And we will get to Boya. And when we get to Boya, how they treat us today,
when, not if,
how they treat us today, it's how they are going to get their payback tomorrow. When we start building our country, Ray, it's how, I mean, for the past 35 years of beer being in the presidency,
nothing,
and every year coming up on the first and rambling.
No infrastructural development.
You listened to the SG yesterday.
That was
talked about the blueprint.
That was a presentation.
Touched everything and never just touched stuff. He was saying where what is going to come from. He told us the use for clay. He told us the use for avocado. He told us the use for everything, how we could make tourism, even in barren areas, how we could make it big in tourism. And that's exactly what is done in South Africa. And the tourism industry in South Africa is right up there with the
funny part for this thing. I say we get touristic,
natural touristic sites.
Good touristic. Look at Manfako. Only Manfako alone. I mean, for South Africa, they go to Table Mountain. Table Mountain don't reach anything.
I'm going to climb Kilimanjaro next year in September, and it's $700, Ray. It's $700 to register to climb Kilimanjaro, and Fako is taller.
I will climb Kilimanjaro.
Yeah, because my team invited me to, and I have to.
Why don't we go Boya?
No, but once we get to Boya, we will get people to come and climb Boya.
You see, those people have monetized a mountain.
Yes.
A mountain, a natural resource.
Yes.
They don't monetize that. People, they pay money, go climb up. If you know how much money those people they make with that mountain, one time we like peel away, you don't get no use.
Ray, it's $700 for the package to climb that mountain for 4.
Imagine how many people climb that mountain every month, every day.
I'm asking myself, and we are a team of 20 paying that much just to go, and we are not going to take any stone away from that mountain just to go and climb. We have Boya. And when you look at the top 10 mountains in Africa, can you imagine we have about 3?
I'm telling you.
We have about 3. Even the Bamenda Highlands is classified as a mountain. We have about 3 of the top 10 in Africa. Imagine how much we can monetize those things that are just sitting there.
We don't suffer.
So when the SG was presenting the blueprint, and the chairman said we are going to show La Republique that we can do better than them, but we are not going to tell them where we are going to get the money from. We are going to get the money not even from oil. Oil would be our national
reserves. Our
reserve. But we will use
our human resource.
We will use our human resource. We will monetize what is already there. We'll use things like our mountain. Just imagine 100 people climbing Boya Mountain a month and paying just 10,000 francs. Project that for a few years and see how much income that can bring in. So Southern Cameroonians, the frustration that they have sent us across the world,
you see,
they have sent us to every country across the world. It has made us to learn. And right now we know what to do with our country.
It's not just about the climbing. The local people will benefit. The hotels will benefit. The woman selling by the streets will benefit. They will make the economy of that town very vibrant just because of the mountain.
Yes.
And yet it's sitting there. Once a year they say Mount Cameroon race. What Mount Cameroon race? For what?
They can move. La Republique can move oil, but they cannot move the mountain. Cairo Park in Diam, as my brother is saying. All those national, all those things that God just gave us, we are going to use them in every single way. So the blueprint that the SG presented yesterday to realize that is billions. But I want to tell our people that our leaders and the teams that are working, they have sat and they have thought through everything, and yes, we can. Yes, we can realize that blueprint without even breaking a sweat. We can realize that blueprint just by using what God has given us, and it wouldn't even get to oil. It wouldn't even get to oil.
Derrick, you know, it's interesting that the chairman talked about the number of jobs we're going to have just by the first year of taking back our country. And when you go to analyze this, you realize that it's going to be a lot more, but he was just being modest by saying it's 1.5 million jobs. I mean, someone wrote something on Facebook, WhatsApp, and it was circulating, and he's saying when we have our independence, who are those who are going to be in the Navy? Southern Cameroonians. Who will be in the Army? Southern Cameroonians. Who will be the police? Southern Cameroonians. Who will be the traffic police? Southern Cameroonians. Who will be the custom duty police officers? Southern Cameroonians. Who will be the warders? Southern Cameroonians. Who will be the nurses? Who will be the teachers? Who will be the doctors? I mean, you can name this thing over. I'm telling you, we're going to import workforce. We're going to import workforce. I'm telling you.
According to the blueprint, Ray, rough estimates put it at 1.5 million jobs in the first year. Once we get our country back, 1.5 million jobs, and these are not exaggerations.
No.
Because I spent a lot of time with the team going through these things, and when you start looking at the things that we can do, like immediately,
infrastructure development.
In fact, Ray, yesterday one of my friends sent a message and said the only way, and I also saw a comment on Facebook that the only way we can stay in the Republic is if they call our governing council and they dismiss everybody in Yaoundé. They take our governing council to Yaoundé, and then they go and they execute that blueprint and save that thing called Cameroon.
Yeah.
Because those people are useless, as educated as they are. They don't think.
I just know that they are deliberately doing this nonsense. They like it the way it is. They like it. They are the unionists. They want it to remain the way it is, so they can get all what they can, grab all the money. It's about individual enrichment. You know, you don't. There's no need for us to in the 21st century. We don't have a computerized health system. We don't have a computerized criminal justice system. You commit a crime in Douala and go to Yaoundé and you have a non-conviction. You commit a crime in Bonamusadi and then you go to what is that other side in Yaoundé they call to the central town, and you make a non-conviction, but in the same town you've committed a crime. It's not computerized. Your health is not computerized. You come to a hospital system, you are unconscious. They cannot put your name on a computer and find out if you are diabetic or not, if they can put you glucose on your body. They don't have that information. School systems all the same, not computerized. You leave from one school to the other. Nobody knows your record. We don't know anything about you. If we had a computerized system, people like Ekema would not be going. They will have a doctorate degree because they would have been stopped right from first school, not to even get to whatever to Form 1 to start frauding a document. We have our systems are all manual. It was just recently that you come to the airport and walk there and they do and what they computerize your passport. But I mean, you become the airport and you look at an empty cam.
You know,
how do you think for big airport, international airport, they will carry paper, take your passport, look at your name, tick them.
It's a birthplace of corruption, Ray.
Just because they want the money to circulate among them.
And Eyon, we are not going to stay. What I'm saying, these people, you understand how these people, they function in a system. In the days of Ahijo and the days of Biya, nothing has changed.
Yes.
And nothing is going to change in the days of the next president. So good luck to the people of La République du Cameroon.
I sorry them.
You know, when we climbed the Table Mountain in Cape Town, and we were standing there at the Cape of Good Hope, our leader told us, you know, our country will be built by expatriates, but just this time different. It will be Southern Cameroonians coming from abroad, having nationality of whatever country that they have taken nationality in, bringing their expertise home to build their own country.
We are coming home.
So it's going to be a country of expatriates because of all this travel that they have sent us, scattered all over the world. All the learning, all the lessons that we have learned, we are going to take them home and we are going to build a great nation and stay in.
Roger arrive, we kick that with CRTV. right? SABC for the one time.
Yes, Mr. Ayo, for all I care, I can as well declare Biya the winner of the 2018 election in La Republic already. It's their cup of tea.
Yeah, we're not part of it.
It's their cup of tea, and from
nothing, no election in Southern Cameroon. It's not.
And to people,
it never happen.
To people of La Republic, it's either you wake up and support us, help us go, so that tomorrow when we build a great country, we should be looking at you and helping. Or you sit there like you have sat over the last 7 months, chastising us, laughing at us. Very soon we'll be fighting us, but we are going to
fighting us already.
Yeah, we are going to win, and we are going to go to our country, and we are going to build a great nation because we know how. We are going to build a great nation.
Truth prevails.
We are going to build a great nation, and we are going to build it because we know how to build great
countries. They talk something they call a cliche. Cliche. They want to say truth prevails, not real thing. That want to be cliche. When they say truth prevails, it means that the truth will always win. So whether La Republic go up, come down, inside my heart, I don't say we don't take our country. Already psychologically, I'm gone. I just wait and I say, when we come, after we don't analyze this thing and then we come for our next show, we have to tell our people how to make our land ungovernable. Yeah?
And it's simple things.
We're going to make that land ungovernable.
It's very simple.
All those colonial administrators will leave that place, whether they like it or not. We're going to send them out. What we say with the joke, we'll send them out one by one. They go run deal with 2 or 3, the rest go run.
You know, Ray, like for us not to take too much time, we've been going on for an hour, and it's because we're excited, guys. We're excited. When you spend time with our leaders and you understand that those leaders know where we are going, when some people looked at the SG presenting the blueprint, they were like, why is he not talking about, self-defense and all those things? What the international community is asking Southern Cameroonians, and when our leaders go for those diplomatic meetings, like the meetings that His Excellency had in South Africa, all they're asking you is, are you guys going to be a failed country like South Sudan? And there's a lot of those failed countries that have separated in the last recent years.
Because they didn't prepare.
And the world doesn't support those type of things because of you break off and you fail. And it's the burden is on us, as the common law says, the burden is on us to prove that we are not going to be a failed country. That's why we needed to have our blueprint out there to tell those people that we know our country, we know what we want to do with our country.
We are
ready as a people to go and self-govern. So all those things that we are putting out, in as much as our people are looking at the blueprint, they look at His Excellency's speech, and you are excited, those things we are putting out for the international community to know that we know where we are going. And we are not going to be a failed state.
No.
We are not going to be a failed state.
Yeah, you see, the good thing about Southern Cameroon, I say, we get a lot of resourceful people out there. We need the Tom Sock information. There's a lot of research will not be done.
And it's done by experts.
Southern Cameroonian experts. I remember the chairman talks a Southern Cameroonian from Nigeria built 3 cities from scratch with flyovers and shopping malls and what have you. So he talks, if that Southern Cameroonian could do so for Nigeria, how more of your own country, Southern Cameroons? So now so many of those experts that will build our cities from scratch, will get a beautiful country. Those people are the people who are contributing to the blueprint. When they tell you, say, we get this thing, we use them to build our country. And before we go for break, Derrick, I would like maybe we talk about the 1st of September. It's very important.
Ray, I think it's so important that we should have a break and come back and just focus on the 1st of September. Let us not.
Okay.
So we are going to have a short interlude. I hope that one of the chairman's dances would be on for the break, or his speech. Let us have his speech for the break. You watch for 5 minutes.
Some excerpts of the speech.
And then we get back and we will talk just around school. No resumption.
Maybe we should hear about just the school aspect.
We come back after a break. We'll talk about no school resumptions in September with conviction. We talk about it because of what should be, but we'll tell our people back at home what they're supposed to be doing during this period. It's going to be hard. It's going to be a lot of trials because our enemy is out there.
It's planning.
Let us stand with our leader. Let us stand with our leaders. Let us support our movement and get out of this mess.
Yes.
This mess that we can never get out of it
thinking.
by staying with
You can't stay in a system like this. See you after the break.
Restore the sovereign statehood of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, which we can be proud to call our home. Let me start by addressing the three categories of Southern Cameroonians, three categories of Ambazonians in the face of what has become known as the Anglophone problem. These three categories are the Unionists, the Federalists, and the category to which I belong, the Nationalists. Starting with the Unionists, those who are in the status quo in the government. The political actors here form the integral part of the present system. This group of persons often have no allegiance to their people, no concern for the future of their neighbors because they and their families are fine. This category also includes civil servants whose income is from the government. These include contractors and state agents of the present system. Their financial security is threatened and they are not ready to pay the price for freedom. This category also includes those who are emotionally attached simply by fear. These are mostly mothers and grandmothers whose children have married nice people from the Francophone region. The second category is the Federalists. They are motivated by other motives, but some are afraid of the situation of conflict that may arise and lead to the massacre of Southern Cameroonians. These people believe that if we can vote our governors and key state authorities, all will be well. Most people in this category should be reminded that decentralization enshrined in the 1996 La République Constitution is yet to be effective, and this is deliberate to maintain the status quo. The Federalists must be reminded that the same system that changed the status quo from the Federal Republic to a united republic, disregarding the 1961 Constitution, is still running things in La République and have a historical record for their consistent disregard of the law when it doesn't fit their agenda. This category of persons refer to the AAC1 and AAC2 outcomes that led to the 1996 Constitution of Decentralization, which is evidence of La République's cosmetic fixes to every socio-political problem. I want to say that the landscape here shows people, for the most part, of an older generation. The third category is the Nationalists. This category to which I belong is made up of those who stand for the restoration of the sovereign statehood of Southern Cameroons. These are the people who are saying that any place is better than here. Any place is better than the status quo with La République du Cameroun. These are the people who want to go back to their roots and rebuild a nation that they can proudly call home. This category which I belong believes that the future of Southern Cameroon does not lie in the hands of the older generation. This is manifested through the present young generation that is demonstrating a commitment to obtain their freedom. This group of Southern Cameroonians, this group of Ambazonians, are clamoring for the restoration of their own nation, and they believe that this job must be completed, and it must be completed now. Fellow Southern Cameroonians, fellow Ambazonians, no matter the group to which you belong, you have a right to be here. It is your right to belong to your group, and nobody should force you to belong to another group. The fight for freedom must be desired from within and should not be imposed by anyone. Consequently, if people want to give into the status quo, God bless them. They have a right to stay where they are. In life, you make choices, and ultimately your choices eventually make you. Having said that, it's important to pose the following key questions. Questions to the unionists. What benefits have you derived in this union for the past 56 years? Have you not been told to speak in French everywhere you go to, even in Southern Cameroon? Have you not been considered as second-class citizens when you interact with authorities of La République du Cameroon? Have your children not been passed over or discriminated against when it comes to admissions into national institutions, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to pay, when it comes to promotion? Is that the kind of system you want to continue to live under? What exactly do you benefit from the system other than your daily bread and something to cater for your children? Do you believe that this system will ever change? And if it does, will it not change for the worse? If it did not work in 72, why do you now believe that this bond is going to cure the terminal illness that the regime has inflicted on us for the past 56 years? You know, Albert Einstein has made it very clear. He said insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Our people should not be lured into insanity. And our youths are clearly aware of this. And that is why they have taken to action that will yield a different result. Since October 2016 till date, we have noticed total silence by the unionists to condemn the government of La République du Cameroon on any of its dreadful acts perpetrated on our people. They never mentioned the rape of our children, their own children, the maiming of their own brothers and sisters, the torture of their very own mothers, fathers, and children. They cannot even call for the release of our leaders and their people illegally detained in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon. Some of these people have first-hand experiences of the horrors of the government of La République du Cameroon. Yet, they play drums and dance when the master says dance. When the master says jump, they ask how high. These people remind me of the house slave who, when asked by their brother to run, would ask why. This is because they are eating the crumbs from their master's table and they refuse to struggle for a life of dignity. It should be known that we are tired. Every people have a right to self-determination, and it is in the human nature for everyone to be free. To the Federalists, these are those who believe and advocate for a 2-state, 4-state, or a 10-state federation. They submit that because, according to them, we can only gain the restoration of our independence through war. And they are war adverse. We should rather settle for a federation. This argument implies also that we would never ever have the right to self-determination. What this group is actually selling is that Mr. Biya's regime will continue to carry out the brutality on anyone who calls for the restoration of our nation or anyone claiming our independence. These people should be reminded that our leaders asked for a federation in January, and look where they are now. If these advocates of federalism are right, and God forbid that it should be so, what then does it say of a system that will exterminate people without arms because they are fighting for their rights? How can anyone believe that they can remain in such an oppressive system and enjoy their God-given right of freedom and liberty? Many in this group are saying that we cannot achieve the restoration of our independence by making our case to the outside world. These groups of Southern Cameroon believe that since some had tried earlier and failed, we should fold our arms and not try any longer. It is surprising and shocking that these are the same people advocating for dialogue with La République du Cameroon, as if there have not been any dialogue in the past 56 years. What makes them believe, therefore, that any round of dialogue this time would yield any fruits? Be reminded that the actors with whom you have to dialogue have been in power for over 4 decades. If these Southern Cameroonian elites believe that they can dialogue with this regime that has subjugated us for this long, with their principal leader who has been in power for 35 years and counting, they are free to go ahead. Why do we not believe that another shot at the United Nations, another shot at the African Union, at the International Criminal Court, at the International Court of Justice could have achieved results? The passage of time the evolution of the world's human rights agencies and influence has brought a new world order. But most importantly, the fire in our youths of today gives me the confidence to say that the time for positive restoration results is now. The idea of federalism, no matter the form it takes, will result in a centralized government that will continue to oppress the inalienable rights of the minority peoples of southern Cameroon. Now, let me talk about the case for the restoration of our independence. Be reassured that the right to self-determination...
Welcome back. Welcome back from break. I hope you have enjoyed that excerpt of the state of the struggle addressed by His Excellency. You heard where he ended, saying that this would depend on our youths of today. So we think we are speaking to Southern Cameroonians, but specifically we are speaking to young people to rise up.
Yeah. Chairman or His Excellency Sekou Ayuktabe, Derrick say no school on the 1st of September. I want to say, before I make that statement, a lot of people back at home, they talk I'm already. And people say, we pass show for this Amba perspective. Plenty of people don't call, we say, it be useless. Someone in Terry they get 4 picking level school, 5, but they don't go send them. Because nothing about change. So in effect, His Excellency Nojo can come out of the blue, say in school, no, we don't test the waters. I don't feel on the ground. Say the people have spoken. They don't want make their picking and go back to play. They come away nothing about change. Instead, they always worsen them. So if the people in the jail, when they even talk about release them, when they join their colleagues, them go work, go school. When they force me school go start. Anyway, on the 1st of September, as the chairman talk, every one of we give a tie white handkerchief or white cloth on a tree, on our cars, on our bikes, wherever you are, for inside Southern Cameroons. Maybe those of you who want to develop a republic, and buy on a white cloth, keep them. On that day, just like the Israelites, they mark the cross for the door, blood. We will tie in a white cloth, put 3 corners of our house, for your gate, for your window, for your car, for your mirror, for your car, for your motorbike. That's white cloth that signify, say we don't tire this nonsense education, we don't want that anymore, we pass them over. Yes.
Yeah, Ray, I think the message that our leader sent out regarding school resumptions is very clear.
Yeah.
The Leadership Council has thought about it, has examined it, created an educational board because we need to reform our educational system to meet the standards of today.
Yeah.
And with that in mind, he said, for that reason, we are not going to resume schools on the date that La Republic is going to resume school. And because it's normally going to be in September, he says, we are going to demonstrate on the 1st of September, our people at home, some kind of a Passover.
Yeah.
And that for me is very symbolic. And I can't wait. In fact, I'm going to even start my own early to demonstrate to the world that we don't want, to show that sign to the world that we don't want to send our children to schools that don't teach them to live in the society that they live in, to schools that don't teach them to solve societal problems. And the Passover, it hinges it to the Bible. The Egyptians in the Bible,
Israelites,
the Israelites in the Bible, when they were in Egypt, before they went out of Israel. It's very symbolic, and if you are Christian, you would really understand this.
Yeah. And
it's really special. Like, we Southern Cameroonians, we are going to go out and do this symbolic gesture, and it's not going to only be Passover of bad education, It's going to be Passover of bad roads, Passover of poor education,
poor health system,
Passover of poor transportation roads,
bad
infrastructure, Passover of
bad governance,
governance, poor leadership. It's going to be Passover of all those things, and it's important that every Southern Cameroonian, whether you are a unionist, whether you are a federalist, wherever you stand, whatever age group, that you demonstrate, even right to the heart of Yaoundé. You demonstrate by taking your green plan and your white cloth and tying on your fence. Take those pictures and send to us on SABC. Let us treat a storm that day. Let us treat a storm that day and let the world see and ask us why. And we will tell them that we are demonstrating this as a mark of Passover, of a failed system, of bad governance, of poor education, of poor health systems, bad infrastructure, a system that doesn't have a place in the 21st century. That is the Passover that we want to pass over. And every Southern Cameroonian, I think for the next show, Ray, we should bring White Handkerchief and leaves. And
we'll start demonstrating.
And here in the studio, we start demonstrating. We need our people to start understanding how important the symbolism of this day is. It's kind of a biblical event Southern Cameroon has to relive. And that is the day that we will show Yaoundé that they will never have us back.
29 days to go. We'll be counting.
Yes.
We'll put a counter here on Amba perspective. We're going to reduce. We'll get a countdown on TV here. We'll get a countdown to the last day. And the best part about that day, now say, a day from morning to the next morning. Now 6 to 6. And as chairman talk for 6 for evening, make Oman come out with a whistle, a bell. If you want to get in a pan or a pot, una make noise, una ululate, una holla, una shout, you rejoice, una run celebrate, una leave the old stupid system, stupid bad roads, bad education, bad infrastructure, una all leave them behind una they get into a new dawn. So we are going to come out the streets. We'll take our cars, we go out, we'll horn our bikes all over the place, we scream our heads out, we record them, put them out there on social media so that make the world hear how we don't decide. Say today, at the last day La Republic go do anything for our land where nobody we want them.
So this is a very important. This is going to be a very important event, Ray, for our people back at home, and it's going to be very symbolic. If you look at the biblical implications of the Passover, I think when our leader said that we are going to celebrate a Passover on the 1st of September, it was really us going back to God and telling God that we have seen your hand in our struggle.
Yeah.
And we honor your hand. And because this is similar to what the Israelites were facing in Egypt, we are going to use that Passover. And I believe that sometimes people say they hear God. And what our leader says, for me, it's like he had that kind of inspiration. And so we should really dedicate ourselves to, handkerchiefs, white bed sheets, put those green plants out there to show first that we are peaceful people, and those white sheets to show that our cause is genuine. We don't hate education, but we want proper and adequate education. We are not going to take the whitewash education that La Republic has been giving us for the past 35 years. We are no longer going to settle for it. Hence, we are going to set up our own educational system that will meet up with the requirements of today. So, Southern Cameroonians, we are looking forward to the day we will track it on studio.
Yes.
We will have a live show on studio, and we'll be taking pictures from people coming in and then airing them live and talking about it. We'll open the lines that day. We will just celebrate together.
Yeah, and we want to try to call on every Southern Cameroonian. The way and they still call on, especially those where things that they on the wall. The chairman talks to the wall, they go thinner and thinner and thinner. Very soon, you know, we find space for put your leg or your foot or your buttocks on top of that wall, you go fall. And no fall on the wrong side. Because if you fall on the wrong side, you're under finish. So, time of ritual is supposed to make sure, say, you come out and stand out. Because on that day, you go know the people where they don't like to be inside the struggle, or they don't like me this struggle succeed. And that people where they don't get that plant and they don't get that white cloth for their house. You know, look, if all we do they don't go worry, they don't go arrest every Southern Cameroonian. They don't arrest you. Why? Say you tie white cloth for tree for your house. Any Southern Cameroonian on that day, if you want to come over your house, you tell them after the ghost out finish, you tell them for your motor. So they go, oh, you road to don't tie cloth your motor.
And His Excellency said on Saturday, when you are closing your shops, because I think it's going to be on a Monday,
yes,
and it's going to be a ghost town, and I would suggest that that ghost town should be named in honor of His Excellency Ayok Tabe.
Yeah, that day will be.
Yeah. If we name that ghost town, and we all honor that ghost town, and we symbolically celebrate it with our handkerchiefs, with our green plants, and celebrate that Passover of a poor educational system.
Yeah.
A poor educational system that has made us mediocre, that has made us
a laughing stock
of the world. And we transcend to what God is giving to us through our new educational board and through our new leaders who really want us to build a country that can stand and compete with other countries around the world. So before we get to the end of the show, Ray, I know that we are going to organize a full show to talk about the work that the law firm has been doing. But today, part of the hallmark of that work, we already know that they have influenced the U.S. to stop military support to Cameroon. That is what lobbying can do. And America, lobbying in America is more powerful than a war. Than wars.
Very true.
Because it influences decision. And one of those things that this law firm has done is this hearing that is going to happen at the American Senate today. And if you are in the Washington, D.C. area in the U.S., and you are a Southern Cameroonian, you want to take this afternoon, it will be at 1:30 in the afternoon.
We will try to see if we can show it.
A reporter there said, because it's in the Senate House, they might give them permission to record. They might not give them permission to record. But once, whatever is happening there, even if it's just a message on the message bar, we will be running through the message and telling our people, updating our people what is happening there. But if you're in the Washington, D.C. area, you want to join, you want to go down to the Senate House and attend this hearing. I think if Southern I know in the Washington, D.C. area, we have a lot of
Southern Cameroonians.
Maryland is just there by the corner. If you guys go there in your numbers, why not have 1,000, 2,000 of you flood the place to tell those people how bad we have been treated? Like a leader called us, said in South Africa that when he was on TV, he told the South African governments that we are refugees in this country. We are refugees in this country and we are longing to go back home. We are longing to go back and build our own country. We want to go back. So if you're in Washington, D.C. area right now, you want to go down to the Senate House for that hearing as a Southern Cameroonian, go there so that they should see you. They should see you and understand that these people need home. They need to go back home.
Yeah, Derrick, one thing where it puzzles me since the chairman can visit. I say we discover not all over America they run SABC. SABC they so in South Africa they run them. As person see camera and as well they take cover. They take cover and say now go open cover because fight the Republic. See, this fight don't reach a level where normally not supposed to take cover anymore. You don't want to take over. They tell you the arrest people come over TV. Now you decide to for TV. If you don't want to play TV, take you. Come on and pick you up, show you for TV. So be it. Why you want to begin take cover?
Okay, Ray, let me just correct that because some people the time would be the time would be 4:30.
Amba time.
4:30 in the afternoon, the time for the hearing at the Senate House. I'm talking to the people in the Washington, D.C. area. Our people in the Washington, D.C. area who want to go down to the Senate House for the hearing, it will be 4:30 in the afternoon. So it will be after work. So it's very easy to just go in there and join our leaders that will be there, that will be coming out there today, and show the senates in the US that how destitute. We are desperate. Desperate. We want to go home. We have been enslaved. We want to go home. People we have brothers and sisters who have master's degrees that they have been holding for over 5 years.
And they're picking cans.
Who have never had jobs. Some are driving.
They pick cans.
Some are riding Okadas.
They pick cans.
Some are security guards. For working hard. So we are desperate people. And if you feel that you are too, I don't know, if you are too proud to come out for a demonstration, if you are too proud to go to the Senate House, my brother, my sister, I don't know what to say to you. But I think we have gone past the time. When we get to Boya, we should be proud. But right now, in our desperation, we should do whatever it takes. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, like I was saying, at the talk, Derrick, they say plenty of people run when they see camera. In fact, there will be a lot of footage show away.
So the people, so in Washington D.C. area, the leaders that are coordinating said they'll be meeting at the Union Station at 3 p.m. this afternoon. So if you want to go in a crowd, you can join the people that are already going at 3 p.m. at the Union Station, so that you all can go to the Senate House, the Union Station, so that you can go the meeting point. Then you can go together. It's a walking distance from the Union Station. I mean, I would like to see 500 Southern Cameroonians walking down to the Senate House, to the Capitol, to tell those people to save us from this devil. La Republic, the government that we have in place, it's just you can liken it to the devil himself.
Are the devils?
Yeah.
We liken those people wicked because there's no need.
Yeah.
For stay, for play, and why it still burn my heart. Say, Southern Cameroonians they run to not fight this struggle. The time don't reach way. I mean, the time don't reach. Even before, 3-4 months back, we will be the fee say we will tire this thing, go back for way of life as usual. But in that time, all we get to realize say nothing will go back again as usual. Even the chairman will talk and say it will not be business as usual. Things have changed. We have to forge ahead. So if finally all we can join, we need to put a little hype back. But we discover say more and more people want to about back begin talk. We need more people on the front.
So our people in the Washington D.C. area again, I implore you guys, catch a metro to the Union Station. You'll meet with our brothers and sisters there around 3 p.m. and then you can all walk to the Capitol House, the Senate House. And just go there and in your numbers demonstrate how desperate we are to go home. I am desperate. I am very desperate.
Oh man, I wish
I want to go home.
We can have our.
When I go to work, I feel every day that I can work for 24 hours if I was working at home. I feel desperate. I really want to go home, and the little that I do it, and the impact is in my community, people that I know.
You don't go abroad to fix another my country.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think we'll take some calls and see.
So let's open.
We don't talk about a lot of things.
Yeah, let's open the lines for calls now.
Yeah, we don't talk about a lot of things. We don't talk about our Excellency's speech. We don't talk about our Vice Chair's speech. He called to the clergies and the fasting we don't open them. We don't talk about the blueprint where our SGB present them. So if you want to talk about any of those things, maybe give an encouragement to Southern Cameroonians, or you want to talk to the blueprints and what you think about them, or you want just talk about the speech or what the SCBC they do. And one thing I want to say, when we call SCT fast, it sound like SABC. I beg make you not correct me again because we talking and say SCBC. I say every single time we don't say na SCBC. You know,
Kevin, brave man. I know you guys would be in the Washington D.C. area. Please drop us pictures on the Southern Cameroon Broadcasting Corporation page so that our people can see. If you guys can do live feed videos from outside when you march from Union Station, just do those live feeds. We'll pick them up and broadcast for our brothers and sisters at home to see that even those in the diaspora are actively fighting this fight for the liberation of homeland in the way that we can. So you guys, good luck. Good luck to you out there. We will be watching. We are really proud of those that are going to go down to the Senate House to tell the American Senate that we want to go home. And to tell the American Senate that we don't want green cards. Yeah. We want amber cards. That's what we want. And I hope they will allow you for FIMAM. We will get about, I think, two of our correspondences for the US. They will probably be for Senate House. For finding way for ask for permission for broadcast this live on SCBC. So yeah, we will watch out. When once this program will just end, we will cross live to Senate House for US if it happen like that. So if it happens, so maybe we just take them and then we all watch and see what it happen for the house, because I would like to listen. I want to hear it where those senators will go talk, because it be very important for our diplomacy and how we move going forward. Because if you want to make so, we take Trump now, Chris, man, you want to see he can enter the matter easily, so probably nicely. We have a caller. Hello. Hello. Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Yeah. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. I'm from Kumbu.
Welcome from Kumbu, brother.
The thing I want to ask you,
yes.
Why head of technology call people like Bishop and other leaders and talk to them about this problem?
Why?
Did you hear that?
You feel just shift small abroad, talk and again here. Why we head of state not do it?
Pardon?
Yes, you say why we head of state not do how?
He try to talk with call with Bishop them and Bishop and that.
I believe say a lot of talk they go on behind the scenes with our church leaders. Them the vice chairman, he actually lead that, but with a team of others, they are reaching out to the clergy, not only the clergy, but other influential men and women from Southern Cameroons that are probably part of the system somehow. So if you listen to chairman, his speech yesterday, talk a lot about that.
Yeah, you know, say in as much as all we don't like the thing what they do, we don't feel antagonize them. They be a vital part for this struggle, and we need to use wisdom for approach them and to see how we will all come together to agree on certain things. We will not just carry our guns blazing, just the fire on them because they run, they talk about school resuming. So what will happen, I say they will use every diplomatic means and how they will use their wisdom to see say they discuss this thing with them and probably come up with something we or we go like them. It just be unfortunate say
hello.
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, me I talk to you.
Yes.
Well, pass me directly for television now. I don't see the program to go on for TV.
Yeah.
We hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, we get you. Yeah.
Yes, now Louis from Bamenda.
Hello, Luis. Good afternoon.
Yes, in fact, no, fine. Everything they fine for Bamenda.
Okay.
Yes, one time we have so much for the fight way we have day for death so that they do.
Oh, thank
in fact, we not relent our efforts too as we get home. Because if we relent our effort, it means we not be not where we started. So in fact, I just want to give the encouragement for anyone who listen to this program, so we can go ahead. Thank you now.
No, thank you plenty for the call, my brother. We know the relent. We get a lot of respect for una back at home for the kind of civil disobedience when I stage for these people. They will keep our ghost towns then going. Freedom is being near with the diplomatic work where our leaders that they do with the reports the way that they come in behind the scenes, although they be confidential, we'll be so confident so we will get our country.
Yeah.
Thank you for the call, brother.
Yeah, and just for remind those who they want to go for Senate, say the building, the address we want to go meet for dinner, office building 419 Washington. Office building 419 Washington.
Call from
and yes, when I think video we will try to pick images send and come for SABC.
Hello, welcome to Amba Perspective.
Yes, Nami Yando for Barana.
Welcome, oh.
Hello?
Yes, welcome, we hear you.
I don't know Nami Yando for Barana.
Wait till your name again.
Yeah. Thank you, Ngia, for the call. The call from Bamenda.
Yeah,
so our lines the CB open. Let people from home who watch the chairman's speech or people from call and tell us about the situation at home. Hello. Hello. Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, can I talk now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm calling from Nizam County in Amazonia.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I don't want to congratulate you guys for all the good work you're doing, especially in my special congratulations to goes to His Excellency Sisiko Ayuk.
Yes.
And also to Mr. Amba, Secretary General, for all what they're doing. And of course, so the most important thing I want to state is that, our television and people are very excited in watching it, especially our younger folks, the children especially. So I'm suggesting that when you're screening next time, the interlude should not contain films which are a little bit, sexually oriented, or which are a little bit out of, which are not good for the youth, for the younger generation. And we have noticed that just of recent, most of the films that you screen during the interludes are really a little bit immoral and not very fitting for our young children. So I'm appealing that you try to, show things that are a little bit more educative and more, educating on our cause than those white films, and then even the ones on the drugs. The young youths in the U.S. dealing in drugs, those things are not very good for our young folks. Yeah. That is my most important intervention for today. I will keep congratulating you for the effort and the work you're doing. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for the call.
Derrick,
yeah.
I will show that.
I didn't remember, but the entire team is here and they heard you. We need to be promoting content that is morally upright, content that is educative, that would support the young minds that are staying at home. So we hear you. We are going to ensure that we adhere to those rules but at times most of the provocative content would be things that have been done to our people in the past, that we are trying to show our people how La Republique is treating us, and sometimes people don't even know. Hello, welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello. Yes, welcome to Amba Perspective.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. This is Gabriel calling from Bello. Thank you very much. This is Gabriel calling from Bello.
Welcome, bro.
I am very grateful, and I want to say I am rather very grateful for the work you people are doing there, and considering what His Excellency Siseko has already put in place, he has seen that God is the only person that can help us out of this struggle.
True.
And the system has spoken in the same line, and that has stirred me up to be able to get back to the Bible, where Nehemiah, in exile, discovered that the walls of Jerusalem had all been broken down.
Yeah.
The gates had all been broken down. And when he pleaded that he should be given time to go back and rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, where he came from. There were people there who could become today the Unionists. There were people there who could become today the Federalists, who stood there in the names of Sanballat and Tobias and said Nehemiah was not going to succeed in building back the walls and the broken graves in Jerusalem. But then Nehemiah took her and did not stay even 1 inch behind. And at the end of the day, he was able to reconstruct the walls of Jerusalem that was befitting, that looked like the Jerusalem where he is an origin of, and looked like a Jerusalem where they knew, the great gates were reconstructed. I am saying that we should give more grace to the elbows of our leader, and we should understand that those distractors will always be there and they will not go away. But because God is with him, he is going to work one hand building back the walls of Jerusalem, which is the Federal Democratic Republic of Amba, and then fighting those funny people who at the end of the day will come back to enjoy this very work that they have allowed him to do single-handedly. Thank you very much. I pray God my brothers in US will go down to the Senate and be able to talk on behalf of those of us who can never even cross a stream from here back in the Amazonia. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much. He's calling from my county. Isi Kajunga Bobe. Let me say hello. So thanks. Thank you so much, and for that, it's really a biblical lesson that he was teaching. Hello.
Hello, welcome to Our Perspective.
Reduce the volume of your TV set.
Hello?
Yeah, reduce the volume of your TV.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, we can hear you now.
The volume. Good evening, Mr. Derrick. Okay, I'm calling from Belgium.
Okay, thanks for the call. You are welcome to Amba Perspective.
Yeah, I'm calling because I got some news back home that is really disturbing me.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We are listening.
Yeah, okay. My brother owns a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And things that refuse to pay the pattern.
Mm-hmm.
The new law is that the brasserie does not give their bonus until you bring proof that you have paid your pattern. So pattern man is working with the brasserie.
Wow.
So if you don't provide the fact that you have paid your bonus, that you have pattern, you are not entitled to take bonus. So what are we going to do with this situation about the brasserie?
How much is the bonus? How much the pattern?
You see, I will not even go the route of rationalizing it, Ray.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we are saying that we have to start boycotting those people.
The line is very bad.
Yeah. Though, thank you for sharing that information. I said that's the reason why we are saying that we have to boycott those people's products. If we stop drinking the brasseries altogether, my brothers, my sisters, when we have our own country, we shall have better breweries.
Yeah.
Let us stand together now and stop these people. Let us stop the brasseries
anyway,
completely.
I accept greetings from the chairman of Belgium.
Oh, thank you so much for the call. Thank you so much for the call. We will just talk a lot about. Yeah, I said thank you, chairman.
Please, we have to do something about brasseries. They cannot come to our land and impose rubbish on us.
Yes. True. No, thank you so much, chairman, from Belgium there. We are really grateful for the call and for you to bring up that. And we are going to talk a little bit more to that.
Yeah, and we hear that the La Republique guys are coming to Belgium. You guys should go there and tell them a piece of your mind. Anyway,
hello? You see, Laura Esso. Is it Laura Esso? They are going to Belgium.
Yes.
So we already know how active our brothers in Belgium are.
Yeah.
We know that you people will be there when they show up, and you guys, you are going to tell them. You are going to tell them the piece of your mind. You are going to make sure that the Belgians don't listen to them.
Yes.
We are waiting for them to come to South Africa as well. And
when they
get here, they will be shocked.
They will be pass here. We'll stop them for airport. They will go back.
Hello?
Derrick.
Ray, before we take that call, I think we should talk to the Brazilians. Hello?
Press 1.
Hello?
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello?
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Yeah. Hello?
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
We can hear you, brother.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Hello?
You don't listen to me.
Yes, this is still Louis.
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you.
I am concerned about the education system of which people are put in place.
Okay.
Are you people getting me?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. My question is, now that you people say you put an educational board, are you people going to install them over there or here in Amazonia?
The education.
Then secondly,
yeah.
I want to know. Hello?
Yeah. Yes, we are listening to you, sir. Sorry that the call went off. Our educational system is going to work in our land. But you see, it takes parents, it takes school administrators, and it takes students for an educational system to work.
True.
If Southern Cameroonians believe and understand with our leaders that we have had enough through this people's system, they will welcome a new system that is better. How we are going to pay teachers is the next question that probably you would want to ask, how we are going to pay teachers. When they would come out with the educational blueprint, you will see that the Adopt a Teacher project will be phased out by an educational fund.
Yeah.
Where all Ambazonians will be recommended to chip into that fund. And if you raise an educational fund, put it into an investment, and that investment will be yielding a lot of returns. And over time, that fund would be replenished as people are putting in more money into the fund, and the profits that the fund is making, we are using it to fund our education. We are going to fund our own education by ourselves. So don't even be scared that we are going to say La Republic will pay our teachers. No. Then another thing, there's a lot of educational partners that our educational board is meeting with.
Yeah.
Meaning that our education will be subsidized by international educational organizations that will help us, because you see most African countries are stagnant with these old systems, and because they are not innovative with their education, they don't get as much support.
Yeah.
There's a lot of budgets that countries put out just for research, for new things, for new thinking. Those are things that Ambazonia will benefit from in a very short term, because they will realize that we are studying, we want the education of the future, not the education of the past.
Yeah, true, Derrick.
Yeah.
So that parent should be concerned whether have you the corona on Southern Cameroon. Of course, we do this in Southern Cameroon, and so anything we will do here, and I will take them back home. Hello, caller.
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello.
Reduce the volume of your receiver so we can hear you clearly.
Hello.
Yeah, reduce the volume of your receiver, brother. Would you hear your TV instead? Reduce your TV.
Oh, sorry, caller. When you call in on the show, the first thing that you are requested to do is to turn down the volume of your receiver. If you are watching on your phone, just turn down the volume when you get that call through, so that it doesn't interfere. If you're watching on TV, it's the same thing. If you're watching on computer, it's the same thing. If you're watching on another device, the best thing to do is to walk away from the device that you're watching, where you're watching the images from. Just go to another place and focus just on the call. when you come back, I mean, there would always be a replay of the show where you can listen to yourself.
Yeah, there will I mean, as you say.
Call from unknown caller. To accept,
right.
press 1. To send a voice.
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
We can hear you, sir.
Yes,
welcome.
Is that? Hello.
Yeah, hello. Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Yes.
You can see us.
The caller doesn't hear us, but we can hear him clearly. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Yeah,
You're live on the show.
Yes.
You are live on the show. Go ahead and share your perspective.
Yes. Yes. Hello.
Go ahead and share your perspective.
My name is Akum Albert Kumba.
Welcome from Kumba, my brother.
Yes. I don't want to congratulate my station there, my brother, because.
Oh. Yeah. So when you call, once you can hear us say welcome to Amba Perspective, we simply mean you can go ahead and share your perspective. So you should just
talk.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and share your view or question or your own.
Derrick,
yeah.
I will ask you, say, how much will you pay a patang this license? Because if your patang, say for example, 10,000 a month, or 20,000 a month, that's you're talking about 200,000 somehow at the end of the year, and then we calculate so you know pay them. If it's been another bonus way, you be able to collect that for risk. Because if you don't pay patang, you keep the money for yourself. Then
and what are people, for me, Ray, what our people should look at is the fact that Brazzaville is colluding with La Republic government.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to Amba.
Reduce your volume. Reduce the TV volume.
Hello.
Reduce the TV volume, brother.
Callers, when you call in, the first thing that you do is that you turn down the volume of your receiver so that we can hear you. Because when you call and you leave your receiver on, there's a lot of interference and we just can't hear you. So I know people are asking a lot of questions about our new educational board. This board is going to come on and answer their own questions. It's a board of experts. And we trust our leaders from what we know. And if you look at the work that Skaku has been doing from the beginning right up till now, you will understand that our leaders know where they are going. They know what they are doing. And it's on us that we should trust them and understand that they are doing this for the best for Amazonians.
Hello. Welcome to Amba Perspective. Hello.
Yeah. So Ray, I think at the top of the hour we should be going off in the next 15 minutes. I would really like to hear more. I really like to hear more about the people. I really like to hear more from the people at home, how they are taking the ghost towns so far. There's a lot of opinion online regarding ghost towns.
Yeah.
So somebody should call in from home and tell us what they feel about the ghost towns every Monday. And also our leaders said that every day that our brothers are going to prison, it would not be ghost towns, but we will come out and go to colonial governors or Joe's offices to protest and call for the release of our brothers. Hello?
Welcome to Amba Perspective.
Hello?
I'm Jameson from Banana.
You're welcome.
Hello. Yes, some people are calling just to disturb the program. When you see somebody calling and say hello, means there are some people who want to disturb the program. So call like that, set up the line. So we can go up and enjoy our program. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother. He thinks that those people come on and don't say anything are not here for good.
Yeah, and you see, we had intelligence yesterday. La Republique is watching this thing, so they will try their best to disturb. But we are resolved as Ambazonians. We believe that we have a right to have our own country. We have a right to self-determination, and nothing is going to stop us.
Nothing.
Every Southern Cameroonian should be committed the same way because of the possibilities that we now have in our hands.
Yeah, I don't talk as a this struggle in our own for lose them. If we like, we leave I go. We will go back to be slaves of La Republique. And man, it go worse. It go worse past as we did before. So in a time where you don't swim reach your middle water, you tire. You check with them, you go on a back. Or you go back, we continue with the push for front. And the best place for going to continue with the push for front, because when you go back, you will say drown. So yeah, I beg. They're gonna go on Skakuf page, go register.
Yeah.
When I go register, when I pay on a dues, because we need money. Maybe the one who are leader is travel the world, we work a big money, say me work a travel. You know, reach that time we need treasury, go for a treasury, go take out funds, buy a flight, pay a room, a modest room, go should only discuss with the people of Southern Cameroon. When I go for skakuf.org, go register, pay your levy. That's the only way we go put money inside this struggle. And any person way, if he say, oh, money find pass on person he own, we know say on the day we don't give our independence, we go for those records. We go check all the records. If you know the pay, you go pay your own tax that time, and we'll put interest with it. So I beg, any man way the whole itself, no one put money for this the struggle. I don't know why we go like for sitting and go, because you see those people the day for day they criticize, they put no money. You see the real people that they put money for this thing, they just on the watch, they tell you say this way they do so, they prefer me then and so. But those people they really want put money, if you hear the way they complain, they're like they don't put millions. But then as a Southern Cameroonian, they have responsibility to make sure say you fund this struggle. Because when freedom don't come, we will know who be who.
Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you so much, Ray, and thank you, team, for the wonderful efforts that you guys have put into the show today. We come here every day to host this show because we know you, the viewers, are sitting at home watching, or you're watching us online or on the website or on the app. And we are really grateful that you guys take the time to listen to us. As we close Amba Perspective today, we call on all Southern Cameroonians to be resolute, to be watchful, stand behind our leaders. Let us do what they ask them. Let us support the organization Skakuf, because it's the only way. It's the only way that you can really be certain that you are contributing into a system. I hear some people are complaining about Skakuf being accountable or not. All the contributions that go through the website, all of us, we know how websites work. There's a record to that. 5 years, 10 years down the line, we can do an audit and we find out how much money was contributed. Nobody can lie to you about where the contributions are going to, because already when you contribute through the website, it is counted. Each contribution, each donation is counted. So there is records of that on the website. When we will do an audit, we will know exactly how much we contributed, and we'll start asking our leaders, what did you do with this money? And the leaders will start telling us, and they'll give an account of that money. So I really don't bother. Like my citizenship levy go out every day on the 2nd.
Mine went out today.
Yeah, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud when I see
that
message.
It feels so good. It feels good.
When I see that message on my phone, it makes me really proud to be Ambazonian, supporting the cause the way I can.
Yeah.
So if you are not registered, if you are not paying your citizenship levy, you should go right now onto the Skakuf website, skakuf.org, and pay your citizenship levy. We are looking forward to the show on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday, we will looking, we like we said, we'll come on to talk about how to make Southern Cameroon ungovernable. Now watch out for the show, because we will take out all those colonial administrators out of our land. And when we take her out, we'll start build our nation by ourselves.
And thank you guys for the support. We might be moving into our new studio by Saturday. It's going to be bigger and better than this one.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for supporting this TV. Thank you for supporting the studio. We are going to put CRA TV on their toes when we move into our new studio.
They are telling us
new programs coming up. We're going to bring new programs on training people how to run businesses, small businesses. We are just looking forward to getting into our new office and CRTV be on the watch.
See you on Saturday, 4 p.m. Amba time. Ciao.